And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, here each and every day on the LRN.FM network from Phoenix, Arizona, from the beautiful studios of Freedom's Phoenix Farm, where we got chickens, plenty, just got 3 goats, lawnmowers, and we plowed some fields so that we can plant tobacco. Yeah, we're going to be growing our own cigars. Freedom's Phoenix cigars. That's what we're doing. Oh, is that what was going on? Are you kidding me? Here's Nick Barnett. No. Nick Abdullah, whatever his name is. Are you serious? Is this how you're going to do it?
No, I just got a new tactical scarf and I had to try it on.
I was going, where the heck is Nick? What the heck is he doing? Go ahead and, that's Nick Barnett. There you go. That's the guy I know. Now he looks like the revolutionary flower throwing guy. Let's go ahead and talk about, start off with Drew here. Tell us what inspired you by meeting with Butler. I mean, he's a very inspirational guy. He's a great writer. And he's really inspirational in just, of course government sucks. I mean,
wait a minute. I drove 50 miles here, and Nick gets to do this over Skype. Now that he's online, is our debt paid?
He's really into this debt. Let me tell you.
I don't like having debt over my head.
It's done, okay? It's done. Well,
see,
I was ever going to get it back anyway.
So like I was saying, Butler Schaefer, that'll motivate me to drive 50 miles to come down and hang out with you guys for an afternoon. So that was a really fun experience. We did enjoy that and getting to spend a little time with
I
him.
wasn't there during your conversation. I had to go do other stuff, and I wanted me not there, and you guys would just have fun without, Ernie butting in. Tell me what kind of conversation you had. What was discussed?
I mean, like I said to him, you're the most hardcore anarchist I've ever seen present, so I don't think I have anything I could fault you on. You certainly know more than I do. And, Nick asked him a few questions and such, and we just got to chatting. And by the way, he really liked the dime cards idea. Actually, his wife liked the dime cards.
They buy any from you?
Sure did. And
they leave you any?
and I gave him the best deal in town because he's Butler Schaefer. I'd be a fool not to.
Because he's Butler Schaefer.
And now he's passing them out or showing them, at least in Southern California. So win one for me.
You know what? The other thing is that we didn't have them loaded into our duplicators. I thought we did. And Sierra had created, I got to tell this story. In 2004, when I was running against John McCain, there was the editorial page editor of the Arizona Republic, right towards the end of the campaign. He calls me and he says, "Hey, Ernie, man, maybe you can help me out with this. I remember when I was in college, there was an Oscar-winning movie. It was a short documentary about Carl Hess. Carl Hess used to be the speechwriter for Goldwater. And he went, anarchist, over the years, libertarian. He was involved in the Libertarian Party stuff for a while. And he just kind of like, I'm out of here. And what got him in trouble is he cited the Fourth Amendment, sent his tax return to IRS, said, bite me, I'm not doing it. You don't need it. I don't recognize your authority, and kiss it. And they went, oh, heck no. They're going, no. They attached his wages for like the rest of his life. So he learned agorism. He went anarchist. He built his own home. He got totally off grid. He bartered. He learned to weld. While he's welding, what he would do is go and he wrote for a Washington, D.C. based publication for he and Goldwater was associated with, and he'd be all greasy fingered up and everything, take a bath real quick, run down, do something, write and do and put it. So he was involved. He was one of us back in the day. Well, he used to walk around with, sometimes he'd have like these army boots and so on. So he's Fidel Castro, he's an anti-government, whatever. And because of that, that's where the non-aggression principle kind of got instilled in the pledge in the Libertarian Party. I do not advocate the initiation of force or fraud for political, social, economic gain. And it was because of this this rhetoric they tried to associate libertarians with. Now it's coming the other way. We're going, hey man, we're not militaristic enough to go after radical Islam and all that kind of stuff. So it's just we're always consistent, and that's been the best defense against a kryptonite they would have against Superman's philosophy. Now what happened is he got older, and they did a movie about it's called Toward Liberty, Carl Hess Toward Liberty. The editor of the Arizona Republic asked if I even heard about it. I never even heard about it. And he said, yeah, you got it listed there as a winner, but you can't find it anywhere. And would I put it out to my contacts and see what happened? Well, I did email blast out, and this was 6 years ago, and I got a reply from Carl Hess's son. And they had a 16 millimeter old film version of it that they put onto VHS. So it wasn't like the greatest quality in the world. They sent it to me, and this is back in the early days of digitizing video. So I was able finally after, it must have taken me 40 hours of trying to get Pinnacle to work, and finally got it digitized on the computer, and there it sat. We put it up on YouTube a few years ago, and so it didn't get lost. Then the people that made the movie said, oh, that's ours, man. Take it down. So it got taken down off of YouTube. Well, we had the files, and we got a professor in Riverside. I thought it was in the Midwest somewhere. Sierra says it was in Riverside, California. And this professor says, I heard from the grapevine that you have a copy of this. And I go, well, I can. We can put it together and so on. So Sierra, she's learned how to edit video and so on. She put it together, made a DVD, sent it to him. Well, he's, making whatever copies, showing it to his students and so on. And it's a great film that give you really how long this Agora thing has been going on. Way longer than people realize. And it's all about self-sustainability and that kind of thing. Well, we went ahead and loaded it into the duplicator, and we sent, because we didn't have it ready right then. Butler Schaefer left, and we sent it yesterday with to him, probably a dozen or two copies of it for him to share with the people that he knows. And Butler knows lots of people. And this film almost winked out of existence. It almost just was never heard from again. Because the guys that made it, I got the impression they were more progressive. They're the left version of anarchist. We don't want anybody to have anything so everybody has something, or so. I'm not really sure how they view anarchism that way, but it's not the way that we would. And that's why, and that's one thing Butler was explaining, autocracy was a word that was used a lot in 10 years ago, which meant self-rule. So this is kind of the atmosphere that we're in while Drew and Nick is talking to him. And I got a lot of things from we're going to do for the video that we'll do with them, the history of anarchism, voluntarism, agorism, I don't want to be part of themism, and how it's been going on for 40, 50 years. Now, he graduated college in the 50s, and he remembers, he's part of the, Freedom College back in Colorado back in the day, enormous amount of history, and knows where all the skeletons are, who played what role as we get now, and why a lot of these guys are still there pulling strings behind the scenes. So we have a new generation that's coming that's well represented by Drew and Nick and a lot of things that they're doing. So I want to ask, they got a few minutes left in this segment. Nick, tell me, man, what did you guys talk about, and what did you get out of it?
He was talking about how he used to be a conservative, and his first intro into politics was when he worked on Barry Goldwater's campaign in 1964. So he was telling us a little bit about that, and I was like, oh, you worked with Goldwater. Did you know Carl Hess? So that's when we got onto this Carl Hess thing. And that was, he had some pretty cool stories. He was like, he was good friends with the guy. And he was also good friends with Sam Conkin and Murray Rothbard and all these founding people of modern libertarian movement. It was just amazing to be able to talk to him.
When we come back, I want to get more about that conversation and how it's inspired them and what their next project's going to be. Because I tell you, these people right now are where the mantle is being passed to, and I feel really good about it. We'll be right back.